This is a quick getting started video for my new Max for Live device, Marco, which is designed to be used with the monome arc. Marco is a specialized spin-off of the classic 4-arc encoders controlling different parameters in Ableton Live sort of device. Examples of this include Arc for Live and GridLab's Arc Control. These devices are excellent and you should keep using them if you have them. Marco is not a direct replacement for those. Instead, Marco is exclusively designed to be used with group tracks in Ableton Live. It streamlines the mapping process of device parameters across the group, and it adds a few additional bonuses as well. So I've gotten a head start here in order to expedite this video. This is a group of 6 tracks with audio recordings from my hexaphonic guitar pickup, so each track represents 1 string on my guitar. If I were just dropping Marco onto this for the first time, when you load the device, the first thing you want to do is tap the arc setup button and hit this focus button after you've selected your arc in this menu here, and that'll get you connected and ready to go. The default mode for Marco is macro mode, where each encoder controls a different macro. But I've only made 1 mapping so far, so these 3 aren't doing anything just yet. If I click the Show Assignments button here, I can show you what we've got so far. We've got a single mapping to the delay time on each track within the group here. You'll see a little 6 in brackets right here to indicate the number of instances that are mapped. And if I scroll through the tracks here and adjust on the arc, you'll see that this is in fact true. Gonna set that back around there for now. If I want to adjust the mapping range, I can use these number boxes here to constrain the amount of parameter movement we can do within the macro. So if I play it and set it down here, for example, say I don't really want those like flangery delay time ranges. If I bump this up to like here, those are more of the delay time ranges that I want to work with. Now say I wanted to create a separate macro mapping to control the feedback or repeats of the delay. I'm going to tap button 4 here to enter channel mode 4, and then I'll go over to the right and hit this G button. And this view that we see now is a filtered list of all of the devices that are common to tracks within the group. So if I show you my tracks again here, you'll see that I have a pickup simulator device and then a stock Ableton delay effect on them. But also some of the tracks have a reverb effect. And since that effect isn't present on all of the tracks, it's not shown in this view here. But to make my mapping, I would select a device. It takes a second to load because it scans the device plugins, or the device parameters, I should say. And then I scroll down the list here and grab the parameter that I want, which is feedback. If I go back to the assignment view here, you see that it has now been assigned and I can control it from the arc here. If I wanted to add an individual parameter manually into this macro, such as something from one of those reverbs, I can go into manual mapping mode, select a track that has the reverb on it, navigate to the reverb, and then onto one of these parameters. I'll just pick decay time, sure, go back here, and you'll see that it has been added onto the list here. So I've shown you how easy it is to set up mappings with Marco, but the magic isn't just that you can map multiple parameters so easily. You can also explore the relationship of mapped values within that macro. So if I go to channel 1 to play around with the delay times a bit, these middle encoders, I can use them to control the spread range and distribution of mapped parameters. So if I adjust these a little bit here, and click play. I'm now able to vary the delay time for each track, but still control it from one encoder or one macro. Some other fun stuff you can do is add virtual friction to the macro. So instead of instantly jumping to the value, it sort of slews and keeps going after you let it go. You can also allow the macro to wrap around for endless rotations, and that's especially fun with the friction feature. You can also adjust the output shape of the macro, which is a skewable triangle from ramps at either end to a fully symmetrical triangle in the middle. And one of the most fun things you can do is there's a gesture recorder to loop macro movements. If you have an arc with a key, it's mapped to this button down here, but you can also click the icons within the device view to control the loopers as well. And that's the gist of how to use Marco. At the time of posting this video, the device is on version 0.1, so I'm still considering it to be under active development, or at least so far as whenever I feel like it could be extended or enhanced further. But it's certainly at a point I would consider it to be share-worthy. If you want to give this device a spin, there's a download link in the description below this video, and also a link to a thread on the Lines forum where you can share feedback, submit feature requests, or scream at me for bug reports. If you like this device, you can also find some of my other Max for Live projects on my website, orphicinstruments.com. Thanks for watching, and take care.